Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel, Let's Talk Stocks. So in today's video I'm going to talk about short selling and how it works. So those of you that have been following GameStop, you can see that the prices have just gone through the roof. If you look at the last month, it was down to sort of $17 at the beginning of January this year. And today it's opened at $301 a share, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's complete trending stock, as I would call it. It basically shows you the power that social media can have and influence the stock market, and why it's so important to do your research before you get involved in any sort of investing. So first of all, I'm going to start by explaining what short selling is. So short selling is a tactic basically that fund managers use and investors use, and it's basically you're predicting that a stock's value is going to go down. So how it works is short sellers will borrow shares of stocks, normally from a broker, before they sell them at the market price. Then on an agreed date, they must buy back those shares and return them back to the broker. So how it works is if the stock value decreases, then the seller will make money. So the short seller will make money if the stocks decrease, because then they buy back the shares at a reduced rate, they return them to the broker, and then they pocket the difference in between. So any profit in between what they originally were from when they've dropped, they will make that profit in between. So that's how short sellers make money. However, if the stock increases in value, the seller must still return the shares back to the broker, but obviously at the higher price. So they actually lose money, they're out of pocket because they've gone up higher than the original amount was. So they've still got to return them, but they've got to pay the higher price, so they actually lose money. A lot of the big investors and big hedge fund account managers have got a hell of a lot of money invested in some of these stocks because they do the research. For example, if we're talking about GameStop again, it's a company that sells video games. It was a downward trend for a long time, purely because you can download most games now directly to your console, and it was a shop, and with the current world situation, a lot of shops are closing down and things like that. So if you've done your proper research into it, it was kind of a sure bet to make money because the stock was naturally going down. However, let me explain what's happened with GameStop. So that should explain what short selling is and how it works. So what's happened with GameStop is basically on Reddit, there's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets. And what people are doing is they've started a discussion on there. And I think on that Reddit site, there's about 2.5 million people, something along those sort of lines. So what they've all started doing is they've all jumped on board and they've all started buying GameStop stock. So it's fluctuated the price. It's put it up to a really unrealistic price. This is definitely not a price it's going to by any means stay at. Way over what it should be. Way over what similar companies in this same region are anywhere near. And it just, again, like I said, it shows you the power of social media and it shows you the power of the people. So the reason it's caused such an uproar and such a stir is lots of big investors have lost thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds on this change, because obviously a lot of them were betting on it going down and it's gone way up. So that's what you've got to remember with the stock market. People make money when stocks goes up, but also there's people short selling that make money when stocks go down. So there's two ways of making money on the stock market. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. I've put this in my watch list just to keep an eye on it, just out of interest. I definitely won't be touching it. It's essentially a gamble. People have all jumped behind it. People have either jumped behind it because they believe the company is going to start getting better, or they've jumped in it just to basically wind up the bigger investors and the hedge fund managers and things like that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think. Are you involved in GameStop? Did you jump on it as it was rising? Have you made some money? Or are you just sitting back and laughing and watching it all unfold and all the news and media stories that are going with it? Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.